Hey everyone, welcome to Princess of Gay. I'm your host Connie, and today we are here with episode 7 of Masters in the Universe Revelation. So, last time, Adam decided to call upon the power without using the sword, and it turned him into what appeared to be a caveman. This is probably not going to end well. Like, he seemed super confident when doing it, but it's probably not going to end well. I don't see this, like, working. As for what's going to happen through it, I don't know. I think he's going to be out of control, honestly. It's basically, that's how I view it. It's he has the power, but with no control. Because the sword was a means of controlling the power. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens next, especially with Skeletor having such an iron grip on things right now. But I guess we'll just have to see. We'll just have to see where this goes and what happens going forward. So, why waste any more time? There's not really much else to say, you know? So, let's just get this going. When the screen fades to black, pause this redirect and go to the description below. Follow the link to the reaction, and after you watch it, come back here to the redirect and resume play. Because after it fades to black and it fades back in, everything from that point forward will be my afterthoughts and will contain spoilers to the episode. So, with that being said, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you at the reaction. And we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. So it looks like Evelyn is having some misgivings about Skeletor and his obsessiveness. But she's clearly still, like, dedicated to serving him for now. But the idea has definitely been placed in her head about, you know, becoming the leader instead. She's not thinking about being a good guy. She's thinking instead about being her own bad guy outside of the shadow of Skeletor, which, you know, fair enough. The dude is very parasitic. Like, it's very clear he does not give a shit about her. It's very clear. Their quote-unquote relationship is entirely one-sided. He's using her. More so now than ever. And so, yeah, she's starting to see that for sure. But she's still serving him dutifully for now. The question is, when does that change? If she does end up helping the heroes take him down, it's only going to be for her own desires. It's only so she can be the new baddie. So, honestly, she's still not trustworthy. She's still not a good person. But we can see that at least she's going to possibly want to help them take down Skeletor. And there's that. So, that's something at least. So we see that Skeletor, speaking of, is trying to get information out of Duncan. He's trying to find out how Adam controls the power comparative to how he's controlling it. And why Adam can summon the power without using the sword. I swear we got that answer last episode, but I guess he didn't necessarily. And I swear it was the fact that Adam was, you know, chosen, just like all the heroes of the past. He was chosen to be the wielder of the power. And while anyone can use the sword as a medium for that, he is the only one who actually has the destined control. So no matter what, Skeletor will not be as strong as He-Man. Because he's not, like, chosen to have that power. Like, it's no doubt that he's excessively strong, but still. So while he's trying to figure everything out there, to the point of even torturing Evelyn to try and get the information. Um, we have Tila and the gang taking Adam in his savage form to a completely different location, the mountains, I believe. And Tila didn't like super actively choose the location when she teleported them away using her inherent magic. It was more along the lines of it called out to her, she says. And so I'm wondering, like, because she's becoming connected to the magic, I'm wondering if she just has that connection to the planet. Like, the planet itself was calling out to her and telling her, this is where you need to bring him. That's kind of my theory at the moment. So she brings him there, and everyone else is there too, Andra and Cringer. And he ends up, like, you know, continuing to go out of control, and he kills a manticore, apparently. And eventually they have to chase him down as he notices this encampment that we find out the king is at. He starts to go after it to attack because, you know, he has a little bit of beef with his father due to the way his father treated him and everything. So they have to chase him down, but the guards there do manage to actually subdue him. With chains and ropes and everything, they do actually manage to subdue him, at least temporarily. He does break out of it as the king is realizing who he is and coming up to him and apologizing. He acknowledges the fuck-ups he made, like legitimate fuck-ups. He acknowledges how wrong he was, and he apologizes. And that's the best thing he could do. Like, if you fuck up, even if it's a major fuck up like that, you need to apologize. That's exactly the correct thing to do. And mean it. And you could tell he meant it. And this managed to soothe the savage He-Man's heart, allowing him to release the power. Adam returned, and he and his father hugged it out, and everything seems to be good again. So now we know that we can definitely count on the king and his armies as allies in the continued fight against Skeletor. And it's just going to be interesting to see where this goes with these last 3 episodes. Again, as I've said before, there is supposed to be like a second series or season or however you want to call it coming. Masters of the Universe Revolution. But I still don't think we know when that's actually coming yet. We just know it is at some point. But I am very, very interested to see where this season ends and like how it's going to tie into the next one. But yeah, this was a pretty good episode. It was really dealing with the after effects of Adam doing what he did to call upon the power and all. I think that it was a smart move on his part, and it definitely saved them. But it was also, like, beyond his control. And he didn't know that was going to be the case. Like, he didn't know what was going to happen if he did this. So, you can't really blame him for that. He was basically trying a last-ditch effort to save them and all. And, again, it worked. Obviously, I like seeing Tila use more magic and everything. Getting to see her embrace that. She still doesn't know that the sorceress was her mother. Like, that information is still not there for her. But I truly believe it will be at some point. If not this season, then definitely by the next. Though, honestly, I feel it'll probably be known about this season. Now, my biggest question is still, how much will Duncan reveal? Because he's still completely against Skeletor, obviously. and he's very much like not putting up with his shit right now. But if Skeletor starts torturing him, will he talk? It's hard to say. I would like to believe he wouldn't, because Duncan is strong, and I would like to believe he would put up with the torture and everything, and just not give it away. But I don't know. And honestly, you never know if someone will talk when it comes to torture. You would like to say that no, they wouldn't, or no, you wouldn't, but that's always just a nice hope. You can never say for sure. So, we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, definitely some interesting setups with this episode. And like I said, we got 3 more to do. We're going to do episode 8 on its own, and then we're going to do 9 and 10 together. And then we'll have to find a new poll show. And I believe I mentioned this before, but I'll just mention it again here. When we do the next poll, it is going to be only 2 options instead of 3. The 2 options that have been on there for so long and just aren't getting, voted on, basically, those we're going to at least get one of those out of the way. So we're going to get one of those out of the way, so that we can at least get to one of them. And then for the poll after that, we'll put 2 new options in and go back to 3 in total. So it's like, we'll just do these 2 for now, just so we can get either one of them taken care of and at least checked out, So yeah, but I'll probably put that poll up after the episode 8 reaction, because then I can announce the winner and everything during the finale reaction and everything. That would make the most sense to me. But we'll get to that when we get to that. In the meantime, tell me in the comments below, what did you think of this episode of Masters in the Universe Revelation? And for now, I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See you all next time.